Hari Om, my dear students. Myself Acharya Yogeshwar in the classes of biology for class 9. I am present here with the chapter tissue and the topic is nervous tissue. Before we start the chapter, think about some incidences that we face day to day. If any chance we touch a hot container, we feel hot. We touch ice, we feel it cold. How do we feel? If a needle pierces, we feel how? How do we see things? How do we feel the taste? How do we listen to any sound and realize and recognize? Actually, all these incidences are the work of a special type of cells, a network of special type of cells. Those cells are nerve cells or neurons or nerve fibers. These cells make a special tissue that is known as nervous tissue. These nerve cells are branched cells. If a typical cell is to be thought, look at this palm, these fingers and this forearm. This is just like the main body of the nerve cell, that is called cyton. This is its nucleus. These fingers are the branches known as dendrons. Their sub-branches are called dendrites, and this main branch is known as axon. Look at the diagram. This diagram shows the main body of the nerve cell, that is cyton. Its main branch is axon. Other branches are dendrons and their sub-branchings are dendrites. The axon also terminates in branches. These are called nerve endings or axon terminals or teledendron. Nerve endings. This axon is covered with a special type of cells that make the cover myelin sheath. You may consider it as the insulation of the electric wire. Suppose this is electric wire and there is wire inside it, metallic wire, and the outer side is the PVC cover. In the same way, this myelin sheath is just like cover, but at some places where there is no sheath, that is called node of Ranvier. On the basis of structure, the neurons are of three types. One is called unipolar neuron. The second is called bipolar neurons, and the third one is called multipolar neurons. Here the diagram is the diagram of multipolar neuron, and a bipolar neuron is just like this, which has an axon and a single dendron with dendrites. This is bipolar neuron because there are two poles, an axon and a dendron. And a unipolar neuron is just like this. Only one branch, and that is axon emerging from the cyton. This is unipolar neuron. All these cells have to do only two functions: either to convey the information either from the sensory organ to brain or to central nervous system, and order from the central nervous system to the target organs. And this is done with the help of electrical impulse or electric impulse. That electric impulse moves in the cell, in the nerve cell, from cyton to axon, or from dendrites to axon through the cyton in a nerve cell. As we speak in front of a microphone, the sound changes into electricity in the microphone. It goes through the wire, and again that sound comes out from the speaker. Here this information, this sound travels in the wire in the form of electricity. In the same way, any information which is received by the dendrites, that information changes into electricity in cyton, and that moves forward towards the axon terminals in the form of electric impulse. When the information has to go to another nerve cell, the other nerve cell is in close connection to the axon terminals. It is not truly linked, it is not exactly connected, but it is just at a short distance, and due to which the electrical impulse just stops at the axon terminals. From the axon terminal to the dendrites, the information goes with the help of a chemical acetyl coenzyme A and calcium ion. This close contact of this axon and dendrite of two nerve cells is called synapse. There is very important role of this synapse. Many times when we are in pain and we are given a tablet or injection, analgesic, actually the chemical present in the tablet or in the injection works on this acetyl coenzyme and calcium, and so the information is just stopped at the axon terminals and does not go forward to the next nerve cell. This is the mechanism of a painkiller. Actually, the painkiller does not kill the pain, it does not solve the problem. It acts as an proverb that no news is good news. We are not feeling the sense, but problem is present. So this is the nervous tissue, which is made up of three types of nerve cells. On the basis of function, there are three other types of nerve cells. You will study about them in class 10, but know the names: sensory neurons, motor neurons, and interneurons or adjuster neurons. They are of these three types, either multipolar or bipolar or unipolar. These may function differently, and on the basis of function they have different names. So this is the story of nervous tissue. I think you all will study the chapter, study the topic in your textbook line by line, in word to word, and if you have any problem, then you will consult me, you will ask me without any hesitation. You can call anytime for the solution of your problem regarding these topics. And this is the end of the chapter tissue, because you have studied about different plant tissues and you have studied different animal tissues, that is epithelial tissue, muscular tissue, connective tissue and nervous tissue. Thank you. Have a nice day.